up, you guys? It is Mary.
And Amma.
Leave us a like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, you guys. Today we are going to be talking about becoming sister wives, you all. This is chapter 1, Christine and Kody's matrimony story. And it was all very interesting. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about its entirety, and then we're going to talk about a couple more things that we really want to go into later.
Yeah.
But apparently Christine was around before Janelle. When Kody first noticed Christine, apparently it was, well, Christine had noticed him after Wendy, her sister, went on a survival trek with Kody, and he was showing off, being loud, being boisterous, you know, throwing people over gates and showing how strong he was and all this bota bata. And the sister just could not shut up about Kody when she came back. So when they went to church the next day, she noticed Kody immediately based off of what Wendy had told her.
Said, yes.
But he said he did not notice Christine at the time.
Yeah.
He said he didn't notice her till the following weekend. And he said when he saw her, he thought that she was just the most bubbliest and lively and just the cutest person he had ever met.
Yeah.
So he said that, you know, it seemed like Christine actually had a crush on someone else. But he said that from the beginning, he knew that their destinies were going to be interlaced. He has not even been married to Mary for like a year.
Yes.
He's already seen his future
and Mary
with another woman. Oh, yes.
Because it was too early for her. For him to start courting anybody, I think.
Yeah, he said he was new to the faith and that he was new to his marriage. And he said it would not be fair for him to go and get another wife. I think Mary let his ass know right away.
We just got married.
No.
No. It's not going down like this.
Yeah, it was not going to happen. So, I mean, they kind of stayed around in the same circle because, you know, obviously Christine was the head of their church. Well, the grandfather was the head of their church. Yeah. And everything and stuff like that. So they kept on.
And the father liked Kody because he thought that he was quite athletic.
And she said next to a man's character, what he really admires is his athleticism. Yeah. And she said that, you know, even if she liked another guy, her dad will always steer her to talk about Kody. Like, she'll be like, well, I really like this guy. And he'll be like, that's good. How's Kody doing? So even like from the beginning, she said that her dad really just liked Kody, was really just smitten with him and everything and stuff like that. And
so they went down. Remember, they were going down to a ranch.
Yeah, there was this whole
survival. Oh, she was the perfect person for him to always be around or something.
Yeah, he said
she was so easygoing, so lively.
Because he was still checking Christine out or whatever, stuff like that. There was even this time before they actually went down to that ranch or whatever that, you know, he was going around hosing people at a church event and stuff, playing around and stuff, and she yells across the Kody, my masculine man. Mary's over there growling like some wild animal at the fact that Christine.
I told him it's too early.
So that was going on.
You keep your weedy in your house,
as Melody would tell Mortel. But yes, so after that, you know, a little while later, whatever, you know, that Kody had decided, let's go ahead and go up to my family's ranch and let's have a youth trip. And I think it was like maybe 19 or 20 of them that went. Christine made it a point to get into Mary and Kody's car. And
he was making googly eyes at her from the rearview mirror.
He said he had been checking Christine out for months. And he said he just could not help but continue to look back at the rearview mirror.
And I'm sure anytime he did, she blushed and he liked it.
Yes, and I'm sure Mary was looking at this idiot like, how dare you?
Until, of course, the natural incident, which we talked about last time.
Yes.
And it grossed him out.
Yes, the natural incident was where basically he had been drinking soda pop because it was a very long time, well, some people may not have watched it, so that's what I'm saying again. But what had happened was he was drinking soda pop or whatever the case may be, because it was a very long ride. It was wintry and it was snowy and they were going up to the mountains. She was starving though, so she decided to go and have some chili cheese nachos. And he said the sight of him seeing this messy. He said the sight of him see this chubby girl in the back swallowing nacho cheese and making a mess grossed him out and disgusted him to the point where he said, we have got to put the brakes on this, like in his mind. Yes. But she said she actually had no idea that she had even grossed him out, which I thought it was really kind of messed up. But I mean,
I can see how when the windows are up and you're eating like nachos, I don't like the smell. I don't like the smell of all that in my nostrils. If someone's eating cereal or if they're having nachos.
Right.
Just that smell when someone's chewing it, and if there's no oxygen, extra oxygen coming in, is too much for me. So it probably the smell also.
Well, also
then the way she was scarfing it down. Then he probably don't like chubby people. And
yeah, because he kept on talking about how chubby she was. That's why I don't think he actually was into plus size chubby women. I don't think he was, because he kept on talking about how chubby she was quite often.
Right.
He said even though she was chubby, she was cute. He never called her attractive. He said that she was cute.
She was the
cutest person. She was beautiful. Yeah. He called Mary attractive once. He said that Janelle was extremely attractive. He never shied away from saying that Janelle was very attractive. Mm-hmm. And
he wanted to get into Janelle.
Sure did. I remember we said that his loins led him to Janelle, and his need to be her savior. But yeah, so after that they did have a break on their relationship or whatever. But apparently, there was this time where she went to go live with live with the Browns on their ranch or whatever, and it seemed like there was this new family who was interested in polygamy, and Christine became very jealous of this girl who was thin and beautiful, and Mary and Kody took a taking to her right away. Apparently they became best friends.
Janelle?
Well, we're thinking it was Janelle, but Christine said in the book that they were waiting for her to become 18 before they engaged her, which I thought was interesting. But the thing is, when Janelle said that she was going through a divorce, she said she was already 18 or 19 when she had already gone through her first divorce.
22.
Yeah. So I don't.
First divorce. So you thinking they maybe was somebody else?
Because the thing is, Christine actually separated herself from them when she found out that they were courting this woman. Yeah. But she said it was too much and she was heartbroken. And in that same year, her mom had left the family. So I'm thinking this is another woman. And we're going to get into that one later.
I wonder who was that
mystery woman. I wonder who the mystery woman is.
Do you guys know who the mystery woman was that they were courting before Janelle?
I don't know, honey.
Was it Janelle? Who was that woman?
Because, I don't think it was Janelle because of the age difference. But apparently, they said that did not go through, which we'll get into that one more later.
Because think about it, Janelle and Kody, I think, are the same age.
Yeah, so...
No, I think a year. Janelle is a year younger than Kody. Mary and Kody are the same age. But Janelle and... Are they?
Yeah.
I have it in my phone.
But yeah, so after that, she found out that they actually were not that fell through or whatever. But then Kody calls Christine out of the blue to complain about Janelle, and she's like, "Who the hell is Janelle? And why is she harassing you? Like, if she's harassing you, why can't you just get her out of your life?" And little did she know that was his wife, so he really could not. But I just think it's very weird for him to come into her life like that
and call a singleton, and you are a married man,
to complain about your wife.
Isn't that what he did before when he went on a little, according to him, platonic lunch with Janelle?
But you had already thought about her in that way.
You had already made advances towards her, which she had rebuffed.
Yeah,
and you called her for lunch.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, no platonic stuff in your head.
No.
Maybe on her side it's platonic.
Yeah.
But certainly not on your side. You had an agenda.
Absolutely. But yeah.
Which goes back to the lie you told about this being a spiritual calling.
And the other lie that he told about how only women approach the men.
I know.
Yeah,
they came with a hat in the hand.
Child, please.
Christine had not been talking to you for a while. She had decided to even focus down on her religion after her mom left, and he wasn't working with Kody, right?
Yeah, but of course
he comes down. But now you call her again, rope her back in,
and then even invites her down to Mary's parents' house when he comes down with Mary to visit her parents. And now he's like, she wasn't bubbly, so I went to go talk to her because I loved her as a friend, and I wanted to know what's going on. So you go talk to her on the porch and find out what's going on.
You are a married man.
She cries on your shoulder, and you said all of a sudden the spark had been reignited from the whole nachos fiasco.
All of a sudden the chubbiness was feeling like curves.
Yes.
And your loins started tingling again. Wanted to be her savior again,
and then started to flirt with her as you're leaving with your wife Mary, talking about he said, and then what she said goodbye, and he said it's not goodbye, it's au revoir for now.
Au revoir. Hey, now the man speaking French. Why The language of love, they say. Hey.
So and then apparently after they had left or whatever, because they went back to Wyoming or no, I think it was Montana, and they looked at Christine and they gave her a smile of approval or whatever the hell she said, and then she swooned on the couch because she was like, they accept me and all this stuff. They're probably looking.
Mary loves me.
I'm sure the daddy was not in approval because he did not even go to Christine and Kody's wedding.
And neither did her mom. But the mom made the dress for her.
Yeah.
Which she said made her feel fat.
That dress was not very
It wasn't
nice.
becoming, but at least she made it for you, Christine. You know?
I know, but when you gain weight, you always want to feel at least sexy because you don't feel sexy already, you know. But yeah, so I just thought that whole thing was really just crazy. Like, they're flirting with her. The family is smiling. I mean, the mom's already a pushover. Mary's mom's already a pushover.
Yeah.
She got with this man. He immediately married 4 women back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
After his second marriage failed.
Right.
Because, he married another woman when they decided to get into polygamy. Mm-hmm. But she divorced him and moved on. But then after that, he tried again. He married 4 women back to back to back. And that happened when Mary was 5. Which I was shocked about. So, Mary's mom was just going to smile or whatever the case may have been. But she wasn't really going to say anything else.
Right.
But yeah, so after that, what happened?
So he told the sister to go send flowers.
No,
to Christine so he could start the courtship.
Oh no, because before he even said goodbye, he told Christine that one day a man is going to appreciate the strength that you have gained from this turmoil you're going through. And she was like, Kody really knew how to break my heart.
Right.
But then he started flirting with her. But Kody said in his mind, he knew that he was talking about himself being that man for her. And then of course he flirted, and then she's like, okay, well he is talking about himself then or whatever. And then, on New Year's Day, it was like a dance at the church or whatever.
He was nobody's finding nobody for him.
No, not at all.
This was, all the time, like, Maryam, we're finding wives. No. You're the one who go find these people.
I hate it when we're right.
But then he manipulates Mary into believing that it was her.
Yeah, Mary.
Or coerces her to lie on herself.
Even Mary knows that's not her. That's why she stays mad at people. She stays mad because she allows herself to
But she'll be laughing like an idiot to Kody.
I can't. Anyway, but yes. So after that, or whatever, there was a there was a New Year's Day dance at the church. This was a few months later or whatever. And while he's there, he's a married man with Mary and Janelle. The church
really gives many opportunities for the different sexes to meet. You go, churchy. The church said we're gonna have these young ones married.
We need more events like that in the mosque.
And and probably looking at the old men who want to go and be looking for younger wives.
Hello. Because we have got to talk about how he was about to be courting, how he was courting a 17-year-old. That was quite a bit.
I know, and then it said the wedding was canceled a week before the wedding.
Weird.
Who was this mystery woman?
We have got to talk about it.
Please, let us know.
But yeah, so after that or whatever, he went to the New Year's Day dance at the church, and he asked Christine to dance not once, not twice, several times. While Mary is there, I know Mary just wanted to kill him. I know there was plenty of times that woman just thought, if I just take him out one night.
I'm still waiting for the cap in the hand that Christine had holding. Where the cap in the hand, Kody? Because apparently you're the one asking her to dance several times. Where the cap in hand that she came and begged you to join this family? Did you not remember that you wrote a book? As you sat there lying to Suki, who did not know nothing about the show.
Listen, after that dance, y'all, they met up again, and Christine told him point blank, you are the type of man that I want to marry. She went to her granddaddy, and she told him if he asks for my hand, let him know it's immediate yes. And they started the courtship, but he said he wanted a longer engagement because apparently he had 2 wives.
Been a man and done that.
Yeah. He had 2 wives, and he had a child on the way. He was feeling very overwhelmed. But Christine was like, no, I've waited long enough. We've been friends for 3 years, which this is going to go into my other video we're going to do about how her idealization of Kody got her into this position. Because listen, y'all, you know, I've had a childhood crush, and you just see him with all these rose-colored glasses. He's everything. You're like, we're going to have a fabulous life together and all this bata, and then you grow up and you see him, and he has become an asshole. And it's just sad. It's sad. It breaks your heart. But girl, sometimes it's best to see it later than for you to go and marry him, and he's not the person that you idealize in your head.
Take that heart that broke,
and you try to glue it together.
You wrap that mess up. You do some water fast and have it heal. And you say, thank you, Allah, that I didn't go down that path. Lord, and come and have a headache. Woohoo! So,
so after that.
And then there's joy after that. Trust.
We hope. Well, for Christine, anyway.
It will.
But yeah,
Don't you worry about a team.
Oh no, not me. I'm talking about Christine.
Oh.
But no. So after that, so yes, they went through the whole courtship thing, and he asked her to marry her. Asked Christine to marry him, and immediately, they had to set a date. He felt pressured or whatever and stuff. Apparently, he was not even involved. He said he was working long shifts. He could barely even get the wedding day off and stuff like that. And it was just really, he went to the wedding, had a 1,000-yard stare, was not even looking at Christine. He just looked like he was so overwhelmed. And he just felt like it was just too much. And he just felt like he really should not have done this.
He wanted a break from the home. He wanted to do a courtship maybe for a year.
Yeah, so he could get away.
A break from the home.
Yeah.
But now she's going to be in the home.
Well, yeah, he was hoping that the courtship he could enjoy his dating time.
And she might get pregnant, which she did right away.
I could tell why the daddy was like, you were irresponsible. I mean, look at you. Look at how you're going with your weenie all over the place.
And first of all, you were trying to court this 17-year-old waiting until she got to become 18.
That's why I said this is not no thing from this ain't God calling you to marry all these women. It's you and your lustful eyeballs. You had a wife. You didn't even develop that relationship. You even said at the reunion you were already in a permanent relationship with someone you didn't even like, and you were with Janelle, and then you brought someone else in. Who do that? Who do that? You,
Kody.
Yes. So after that,
greedy self
comes.
He's greedy, broke self. You greedy, but you broke.
Ain't got no damn funds to
you
your
have to put that song with what's his name?
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money.
You gotta put that right here. I just love Jennifer Hudson. Lord, she put that soul in that song.
That was so hilarious. Oh my god.
And that's Kody.
I know.
Greedy, got insufficient funds. Cancel check.
I mean, it baffled me when I found out that man was the Energizer Bunny for 4 years when he popped out 7 kids. I was shocked. Because ain't no way I'm having sex like that when I'm in poverty.
Well,
ain't no way I'm busting it down.
Women and men differ. When you're poor, the woman, the last thing she thinks about is the sex. But for the man, he wants the comfort.
But that's just torture, especially when you're a mom, because you go into the whole nesting thing. You want the best life for your children. You want them to come to a good environment. But you have this man here, like the Energizer Bunny, every second he gets.
Hopping from room to room in the same house.
In the same trailer with 3 bedrooms. My God.
That means when they're doing it over there, the whole trailer's shaking. That's too much. I'll have to go outside.
It's actually too much.
I'm going to have to go outside. Because by this time, probably you don't have a car for them.
No.
You don't got the one car.
They have to sit outside on the porch. And
because...
That's crazy.
That's too much.
That is actually insane. A trailer with 3 rooms.
And I'm not even legally married to this man. Got a spiritual marriage.
That don't mean nothing really.
Never started no spiritual stuff because... You did not pray before you went to go get Christine, because if you had, I'm sure God would have let you know no.
It's not the time. Now it's not the time.
You did not pray when you went to go get Janelle. God would have told you no.
Yes.
You were just going by your lustful, greedy eyeballs.
That whole thing, like, and the thing is, like he said, it's a spiritual thing. Like, I heard him talk about prayer when he was coming into the religion. I didn't hear him talk about one prayer, not one conversation with God when he was bringing in other women. I didn't hear not one when I was reading that book.
I really had wanted her, but I decided, Mary, let's talk about this and let's pray on it to see if she can match our family.
No, instead he was there having secret meetings, imagining her in all different types of positions as he went to go meet her at lunch. Talking about
some platonic
how can I make this independent career woman submissive to me? Let me be her savior. Crazy men.
Calling Christine, you're not even married to her. Calling this singleton, this woman
God. Janelle is
talk about me. Your wife. Make no damn sense.
That's crazy.
And then already trying to groom her to come in and save the family.
And you know what's really sad? Christine said
Save a Brown.
Save a Brown. You know how we say Captain Save a Hoe? Captain Save a Brown.
Well, we'll say Save a Hoe.
We'll save a hoe, but no, it's a saying that people say, you know, we're just reversing it.
Mess.
But yeah, and then also what was really sad for me is that Christine basically was like, you know, during our honeymoon, it was just really sad because he had this 1,000-yard stare. He hadn't even planned a honeymoon, so we're driving through the sticks of Montana. Oh boy! And you know, I realized that I actually don't know shit about this man. No. All I know about him is that he is the life of the party.
He got hair.
He's the life of the party. He looks good. He's athletic. And now I have this grumpy old man that I don't even know how to reach. This is why. Honestly,
that's when you go back to your daddy and granddaddy and say, you know, made a mistake. Thank God we have not consumed the marriage. Consummated the marriage. I would like us to be annulled.
But I just think it's very interesting that they kind of encourage you to have a short courtship because he's a quote-unquote married man. You know, if you had
that man wanted a long courtship because he needed a break.
No, but that's what correct me if I'm wrong, Diana, but I mean, they said that you really should not have a long courtship because you should not be going around being seen with a married man.
Yes.
I think it's actually crucial to sometimes have a little bit, a longer courtship. Like, Janelle, Kody and Janelle had one date and he proposed. Him and Christine had maybe a week of courtship and they got married. I think that's so wrong.
But it had been 3 years of flirting.
You don't even know him. So my thing is, if it's such a horrible thing for him to be, if it's such a horrible thing in the religion for the men not to be in these long courtships because they're quote unquote married, isn't it wrong that they're going and marrying women
based on their libido?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that the whole thing is just very weird. Like, you don't want to have a long courtship, then what's the point of polygamy? Because you're here going into another marriage. You have to take time to foster that relationship so you actually know who it is. You will never see my ass hop up and get married to somebody within a week. Like, no. You have to get to know this person and kind of ask those questions. You see how Robin forced Kody to have a long courtship. Like, they were courting for almost 3-4 months? Or something like that? Yeah, so they were courting for a while, and you know why she did that? Because she wanted to make sure that the next man she got with, he understood what she needed.
She was trying to build up the honeymoon phase.
Exactly. She was trying to build it up, but also she was collecting data. She was collecting data to know this is the right man for me and my kids and my future success. Exactly. She was not going to just go hop up and be like, oh, let me go get married to somebody in a week for love and lust and some idealization. Robin was not going to do it. She had a goal, she had a plan, she had a dream. And you know what's so crazy? The two women who are most practical took the longest time to actually go marry Kody. Yeah. Because Janelle rebuffed him. But she still stayed around his family for about a year before she decided, let's go be together.
Right.
Christine just had this idealization of him. Janelle was being practical. Robin was being practical. They took their time. Mary just saw him as this beautiful man and wanted to be with him immediately. She was even pressuring him. You see, Janelle and Robin really weren't pressuring Kody like that because they went in with an agenda.
Yes.
That's why I think it's so interesting about this whole thing.
Yes.
Christine went in, she didn't even know this man. Robin knew everything about Kody. She knew everything.
And the family,
she knew everything. Robin knew everything she needed to know about the family, about Kody, about the lifestyle, all that before she signed her name on that dotted line. That's why you take your time, ladies. You take your time. Because you don't want to be, 30 years later, divorced with some idiots who you should have never married. Who
stole your money.
Yes. Well, yeah. It's Mary.
And Alma.
I invite y'all to like,
share,
subscribe.
It's getting juicy. And
yes.
Comment.
Down below, spill some tea. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree?
Mystery woman?
We're going to talk about it.
And
we're going to
agree with Mary that the practical women took a longer time, and the ones who idolized him took a shorter time?
Because Mary pressured Kody to marry her, and then Christine pressured him to marry her. She said, "I'm going to set a date immediately. I've waited too long."
Yes.
Mary was there at her the family brunch talking about, well, he hasn't even asked me yet. This man.
Mary was already sharing sweet kisses long before she got married to Kody. They said they shared several sweet kisses.
And you know, Janelle said that she only had one innocent kiss with Kody. She said it wasn't much. It was actually a peck. And I mean, after that, we were shortly married after. So it was nothing special. She even said it was nothing special. She said it was quite innocent in the book.
Probably because he literally begged her
to kiss her.
Oh, I need something. I've been chasing after you for so long, Janelle. Gotta give me something. I'm not gonna see you in a few weeks.
Crazy as hell.
And she had to stand still for him to kiss her cheek.
Crazy. 30 years into marriage, she still has to stand still. My God, Janelle. But you see, this is what happens when you're here fetishizing over this curvy, plump woman named Janelle. Single woman. Let's see how I can get her to be submissive to me. Oh. Anyway, it's Mary. Oh, peace.